We're here with a couple of inductees for the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association, Terry Klein and also Rusty Davis from the Upson Downs. And of course, you guys had a very successful career out in Vegas. And what does this mean for you to be inducted into the Hall of Fame today?
Oh, it's quite an honor. Being from this area, of course, you want to be involved in anything. And we, together 21 years, I guess we were, and played Vegas to the East Coast, to you name it. And boy, we've been everywhere and back. And it's quite an honor to be inducted into this. I'm really happy about it.
Rusty, you're from originally from Newell.
I'm from Newell, which is between Storm Lake and Fonda. And I graduated there many, many years ago, and it wasn't too shortly after that I met this gentleman, Terry, and we spent many, many years together, and boy, it's been fun.
Terry, you're originally from Fort Dodge, so how does that musical route, especially from Fort Dodge in Iowa, how did that play an important role in your development as a musician?
Well, I'll tell you, when I grew up in Fort Dodge, my dad had a band in that area, a country western band, and there were quite a few groups that were garage bands and that kind of thing, kids getting out of high school playing in instruments, so there was a pretty good source of inspiration from Fort Dodge musicians, because there's been a lot of them come out of that area. So that's what got me going, and I met Rusty, and we later played with DJ and Runaways and on with the Upson Downs. So that's kind of how I got started.
Is there a memorable story that you can share with us that maybe comes back from maybe the salad days of you guys touring around some of the ballrooms around Iowa?
Well,
some stories we can't tell.
Oh, there's been tons of them. We were in Vegas, and I got to sing one time for Elvis Presley and got a standing ovation. And we've television and done some albums, couple albums at IGL right here in Milford, and Terry probably has a story or two he'd like to tell.
Well, I remember one of the first times that I met Rusty. I knew he had a group called the Silver-Haired Beachnicks, and the Danceland Ballroom or something like that in Carroll, Starline Ballroom. They used to have a battle of the bands. Well, when John Sen called me and said I was going to be working with Rusty, we were taking the place of a couple guys that were in guards. So it just happened that on given Sunday that we were having a battle of the bands, Rusty was down there, and I knew him because he had on his leopard skin coat, and he had on beetle boots, and his hair was silver and long. And I walked up to him and I said, "Are you Rusty Davis?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I understand I'm going to be working with you with John Sen and the Runaways." He says, "Oh, okay," and walked away. And I thought, from then on, this is a real character, and it's true.
We just, from then on, got along great. What can I say? We've had a lot of fun, and I finally grew up, though. I was a star before I was a star, if you know what I mean.
It's been fun. Good ride.
One final question: when you look at your musical legacy, especially when you're looking at all the years that you were on the road, and especially your time in Vegas, what is the final chapter? How do you want to be remembered as your musical legacy?
Well, the Wall Street Journal, I think, gave us credit years ago, and I would like to be remembered that, as they said, we were one of the top 3 show groups in the United States at that time, and only one from the Midwest. There's a couple from the East Coast. Yep. The only group from the Midwest was Upson Downs, and that's quite an honor.
I think it's just that we want to be remembered as people entertainers that love to entertain people and have a good time and keep rock and roll and all kinds of music, just keep them going and pass it on down. And we thank them for that.
Terry and Rusty, once again, congratulations on being inducted into the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Have
you.
a great time tonight.
It's quite an honor.
Appreciate it.